it's your man Mac the Reactor, fresh out of the trash compactor. You'll know me by now. It's your favorite England-born, somewhat Australian-sounding Reactor. He's a big boss like Rick Ross. He go harder than Slipknot. He's in permanent beast mode without even applying the cheat code, baby. He's so crazy. The Mac is back. Mass destruction is about to come into your area, but in a great way. So listen, man, I've been reacting to a lot of different things lately. You'll know I've been diving into the pop world as well, but I always going to come back to my hip-hop, man, and I know that some of y'all have really wanted me to do some more Andy Mineo reactions. So my man, Bosco said, he actually gave me a reminder the other day. By coincidence, it's come up anyway. Like, I've been catching up in order, for better or worse. So Clarity just happened to pop up anyway. So we got Andy Mineo Clarity, the EP visual. It's hit 1 million views, man. So that's telling me that this has definitely had some reception. So yeah, man, Yao, you sent me the reminder the other day, like yesterday or whenever it was. Just so happens I'm caught up to it anyway, and I'm finally ready to do it. So Andy Mineo, let's go, man. I'm back. I'm going to put some of my back on this cheese, and let's see how it goes.
Sometimes you can just be in a funk creatively or
facts,
as a person, and it's like there's a fog around you and you can't see out of it, but that's part of
talk to him
the journey. Patient. This beat done took its time, when so do I. Look, uninspired, undefied. Now somebody's getting fired, terrified, paralyzed. Twitter game, verified. Married life, verified. Understand, I'm on demand, son of man, a son of Sam. Somewhere in between the two.
You know what I'm liking about this so far? I'd like to give you all my first impressions. It looks to me as if he really did piece this track together this way. Like, I could even understand him being in a bit of a funk, and then this is the way he chose to build the track, to kind of drag himself out of that funk creatively. Just be like, you know what? I'm going to piece this track together word by word. And I'm going to gradually get there, but I'm going to ease into what I say the whole way. Because I'm noticing it's building as it's going. It's like, it's becoming more and more clarity, right? It's starting to make sense to me. That's how I take it.
I mean it too. Spend the evening be with you. Oh, I know I need it too. Do I believe? Believe I do. On my faith walk, took the scenic route. Get lost, I be aloof. Adidas on, still need a boost.
Yo, I like what he just did there, the way he went scenic. I mean, the scenic route, the way he just kind of purposely like mispronounced a word to be able to correct himself and just make this be more natural. Just be like, yeah, this is actually the thought that I put down on the paper, so I didn't want to change it to make it just 100% perfect. I want it to be a little bit imperfect, because in that way you can understand the struggle of what I'm talking about. I don't know if you're like caught that or felt that way about it, but that spoke to me.
What was the eating fruit? I'll ask him when I see him. Daily bread, that's per diem. But I'm fasting like a beam, riding past you in the PM. And a stolen car that's fleeing from the scene of a crime. Apollo Creed in his prime, Rocky verses. I'm a person that's trying to believe I'm worth it. I'm working through it, but work is well worth it. It's hella churches, still hell is working fine. What's that tell us? Fellas hurting, it's like melanin or crime. That's the elephant we hide. Truthfully, we probably lied. Rather have a tribe than unity, so you and me divide. I'm hellish.
We'd rather have a tribe than unity, so you and me divide. And that's so true, man. Like to bring it down to what he just said when we're talking tribal, you go to places in Africa, there could be a tribe over there, and then a tribe 100 miles that way that really wants nothing to do with that tribe over there. Because even when you're doing things like that, even when you're forming unity as a group, you can still be distancing yourself as a group from that group over there, that group over there, and that group over there. Look at me, right? I'm in the hip-hop world. Imagine if I didn't make any time for anybody outside of my space. Imagine if somebody over here was like more of a emo scene kid, right? And he actually wants to come and talk to me. He wants to come and introduce himself to me and be friendly, but I knock him back because he's not what I'm used to. He's not the image of who I'm usually around, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like a form of social on the surface racism. It kind of is, right? It's like more image-based racism, right? Crazy. I don't know if that's how deep he meant to dig with that, but that's definitely where I ran with it, 100%.
And divine, trellis and divine, telling me I'm fine, I know better. All I want is clarity.
Yeah.
'Cause all of my heroes are frauds, just like me.
Damn.
Just like me. So let every man be a liar.
what he's trying to say. He's trying to make a statement there, but I don't think my heroes are frauds, my guy. My heroes are just heroes. That's how it is. Like my man Ice-T, man, he's always dropping knowledge all the time. I don't think that man's a fraud. I'm sorry. Can't group with you on that one, Andy.
See, throw that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there. Oh, that smoke in there.
The value of doubt is to keep you open to God's revelations. If you don't doubt, you don't change. If you have to have finite answers to infinite questions, you're not going to move.
Yeah, build my life on this. Half my adult life unlearning lies that I heard in a dumb sermon. What I unearthed got me uncertain. More knowledge and more sorrow. Worrying that never fix tomorrow. Just take away all my strength today. It was black and white, but now pay was great. Maybe that cloud that I've been stuck in. I constructed, I conducted. Orchestra a noise. I don't hear your voice. I done made the choice. My consumption.
That's nice. I love it. So I just noticed on his jumper too, it said something like, what was it? Hebrew Orphan Asylum. So, okay, if he's Jewish, right then, I guess. I didn't know that. I must admit, I didn't know that. And then the other thing is that when he says orphan asylum, like does he come from an orphan background? Like, has he been in the system? I don't know. I'm asking your things about Andy Mineo, man. It could just be standing for something else. The same way earlier when he said all of your heroes are frauds. I know he wasn't trying to tell me every single hero of mine, definitely 100%, is a fraud. I think he was trying to say that a lot of the people that people out here are worshipping and idolizing are frauds. Like that rapper that you think is $1 million, he's just great, whatever. He's smacking his wife when he goes home. He's evading tax. He's living in a foul way a lot of the time. I think that's what he meant to say. I think.
TV, tablet, tweeting, twerking, gramming, gaming, rapping, working, fashion, working. Can't tell if my mind I just made it. My faith I misplaced it. My pain I upgraded. Lost my happy thought, then I got jaded. Focus in my direction, in details and perfection. All my faith in white Jesus and my leaders. They weren't who I thought all these years. They weren't even worth of your tears. The opposite of faith ain't doubt. Yeah, it's when I get it all figured out.
Did I just hear that right? Did he say all my faith in white Jesus? Was he being a little bit playful with that? Because like I'm sure Jesus wouldn't have been white. But I mean, no disrespect by that to anybody. If you take that disrespectfully, it's kind of on you anyway. But is that what he said? Did I hear that correctly? I'm just really unsure.
Some days you're getting on my trust. Some days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me.
The second I'm furious with God, I'm totally close. Because you cannot be furious with somebody who's not there.
All I want is clarity. 'Cause all of my heroes are frauds, just like me. Just like me.
That's very, very accountable. Like he's basically saying, I'm not the person that you should really view as a hero, because at the end of the day, when I go home, I'm not perfect, man. I'm making mistakes all the time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what he's trying to tell me too. Maybe he's trying to say, like Ice-T was the example I gave. Okay, Ice-T's an amazing guy. He's done a lot. He's done a lot for people, for his people. He's done a lot of breaking down barriers. He's done a lot for freedom of speech and hip-hop. He's just done a lot in general. But then at the same time, like I'd say even today, he's probably making some mistakes. I'm sure he's not squeaky clean. I think I get what he's saying.
So let every man be a liar.
I'm gaining clarity.
Let only God be true. And all of your heroes are frauds, just like you. I can't see through that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there. All that smoke in there. Through that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there.
I want God to wrap me in the everlasting wings and say, there, it's all right.
I like that image.
That
I get what he's doing right there, and I really like that image. I don't think you have to be a person of faith to appreciate that image, because I know what he's trying to do with it. And I'm the kind of guy, just so you'll know, to dig a little bit deeper with me. The reason I never say that I'm an atheist or anything like that, okay, you're allowed to have your religion, whether you're watching this as a Christian, a Catholic, a Muslim. I don't really care who you are when you watch this. As long as you're good with me, I'm good with you. I'll give good energy back every time, right? But I'm not stupid. Like, the reason I don't identify myself as an atheist is because I know there's a reason the world is working the way it's working. I just don't, I don't believe I have an understanding of it, and I don't believe I've seen a good understanding of it. That's my belief, right? That's why I always say I believe. I don't try and subscribe anybody in to my way of thinking, because that's not really fair. But I just know there's a reason why the bees are pollinating the flowers. I know there's a reason why the water is flowing the way it's flowing. I know the dung beetle has its role for its reason, and I know that we're encouraged to reproduce for a reason. Like, sex is made to feel good for a reason, because it's wanted to. There's encouragement there, right? But it's a higher power. It's a life force. It's something we don't understand. Now, if you think you've got an understanding of it and you've chosen a faith, and that's where you've gone, that's fine, man. At the end of the day, we're kind of on the same wavelength. The only difference is I'm just not quite. I'm not just quite grasping what's written down on some scriptures. That's all. I'm just not quite embracing that. That's all. And I'm never ever gonna tear you down for doing it. I'm just saying, don't ever tear me down for not being on the same wavelength as you. Because at the end of the day, there's a certain arrogance that people have where they think, oh no, that's okay, you'll get there someday. No, not necessarily. At the end of the day, you're not superior because you believe in something and have found a faith that I haven't found. You're not superior, nor am I inferior. I'm not superior to you either. I have my way of thinking and I have my reasons for it. You're following your path and your faith because you have a reason behind that. Now, at the end of the day, I can't tell you that you're wrong. I can't. Because at the end of the day, there is going to be a day where I expire, and I might find out that you were dead on the money. I might find out that the Muslims had it right all along. I don't know what I'm going to find out, but what I do know is I'm not an idiot. I don't think there's nothing. All right? I don't think this world is just magically just moving the way it moves. I get it. I didn't mean to do that. Let's finish up the track.
Cosmic affirmation of yes. I know it's terrible. I know it hurts. But be patient. It's going to work out. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win. It's all right. And that's the basic affirmation that I think only true doubters can come to.
Make sure we have no religious wars or any BS in the comments, because you'll know I'm not going to respond to it. That's how it is. That's a really good track, man, and I hope you'll understand I'm coming from a good place when I reflect and speak about my way of thinking and my beliefs and all that kind of thing. But I also, as you can probably tell, I have a respect for the way Andy Mineo has his way of thinking too, because I know what he abides by and what he lives by. And I know the track wasn't just all about that. That's just really what I caught at the build-up at the end. But I think that whole thing made a lot of sense, and I started to get more and more clarity on the whole, your idols aren't perfect thing, like whatever, your idols aren't heroes, or whatever he said. At first, I was actually, you'll probably can't tell, like, my sense of humor is what it is, but I was sarcastically responding to begin with. I was like, my heroes are heroes, my guy, whatever. But I did know that I kind of thought that you're saying they're not perfect at the end of the day. Like, they're people that make mistakes. They're people that have things they need to make up for, like, whatever. As it started to go on, I think I started to understand it on an even deeper level that I wasn't really grasping from Andy right away. Anyway, man, this has been a very interesting reaction. Even I myself am interested in the way I reacted to this. I might have to watch this one back just to get a piece of what I was talking about. But I really enjoyed it, man. I'm always here for Andy Mineo. I'm always here for the Backpack, man. I accept you all as you are and for who you are. That's always how it's going to be, and I hope you all feel the same. I feel like we don't always have to agree with each other or be on the exact same wavelength, but as long as we can come to a middle ground and coexist, I think we're doing it healthy, man. So all the blessings for this crazy time that we're in, for whatever that blessing might mean to you and however that might be received. And I hope you all are just staying healthy and staying wealthy, man. I'm out of here. Mac the Reactor, back in that trash compactor. Off I go. I'm out. I'm gone.